Hello everyone and welcome to my J Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before I begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Our decision is finally made regarding the case against Michael. Willow is embracing her new role. On today's episode of GAs, we see Ada Turner making a decision about Michael, Tracy warning Brooklyn, and Laura offering hope to Willow. On arriving in Dan's office, Kai discovers the commish, Nathan and Ada Turner patently waiting. Michael may have had access to Drew's keys, so they summon him to a meeting to inquire. Not at all, replies Kai. Three law enforcement officers are perplexed as he turns off the system and departs. Has Willow succeeded? Dent buys into Harrison Chase's denial, even though it appears like Chase put the key. They have encountered an excessive number of obstacles. According to Justin, this is a cold case inquiry. Well, that was easy. Dent surprise agrees with her, and those two in Nathan goes along. Turner feels they went after the proper guy, but Will got off free. So there is nothing to do. Christina shows off Charlie's. Christina, Jacinda, and Michael check out Charlie, all passed up. Then Sonny steps in with a white grin. It looks brand new. Then conversation goes to the Congresswoman Willow Kane story. And Christina is startled and outraged, and they are all mystified about why Laura changed her mind. Sonny merely glances around and pretends foolish. He doesn't agree with Laura but respects her perspective. Christina's outraged, but Sonny tells her they need to settle off. Michael will never be charged. Sonny will handle it. And as Jacinda's saying that maybe Willow ultimately standing on her own 2 feet may surprise us all, Dent summons Michael in. Tracy warns Brooklyn. Tracy and Brooklyn takes a spot of tea to catch up, and for Tracy to encourage her granddaughter to convince Chase to abandon his grudge against Michael. Asking Michael to leave isn't an option, but she indicates that asking Chase maybe. Brooklyn is backing Chase and swears he didn't plant the key. But she did offer her husband an ultimatum, adoption or inquiry. Chase selected her, so take that, grandmother. Spoiler alert, Tracy doesn't. She still has her reservations. Willow is a professional victim. Chase meets Ned as he gets home, only to get grilled on how his priorities look a bit wrong. They are more with his ex than his wife. Despite Chase's assertions that Brooklyn cool with this, Ned doesn't want her divided between him and her family. He isn't not prioritizing his wife and his marriage. Antoinette frames this as trying to protect Chase from making the same errors he has in life. Chase apologizes if he ever made the Quatermain's question his dedication to Brooklyn. He will make it right. And Willow pauses for some praise shots with a paralyzed Drew, and it's truly horrific. Laura drops in just in time to be placed in the photo with them. Then ask straight blank if Willow will work for the people or be a complete Drew and simply be vindictive. Willow believes she will serve the constituents, which makes Laura pleased. Anyway, Laura bids Drew a speedy recovery and all shortly before Ezra Boyle, temporarily portrayed by Patrick Scott Lewis, stops in next, followed straight by Kai. Laura pulls Ezra out in the hall to say it's too evident right now for Sidwell to start manipulating strings. Let everything come off first. Ezra just threatens Willow and Laura and makes it plain that threads are being pulled. He tries playing it off like he is worried about them, though, and he's just in over his head with Sidwell. What a swell person! Inside, Kai fills Willow in on the PCPD meeting and offers to assist her find new interns. Willow, though, wants him to continue on staff. Once he leaves, Laura and Ezra give opposing images of Willow working with Sidwell. Laura advises Willow not to. Trina goes home to discover Portia and Curtis preparing to say farewell to the home together. Trina's astonished, so they gently guide her through how the whole divorce process works. You know, separating others and everything. Then they all hug as a family, swearing they will always be there for Trina. Lucy rushes there in a whirlwind before Trina can even catch her breath. And Curtis walks her around to check out the upgrades. Trina's just upset, but Portia speaks the memories with her, vowing that home or no house. The memories they formed won't disappear. Lucy and Curtis get back down and Trina runs out. But then Portia signs the paperwork and Curtis simply can't do it. Outside, Trina encounters Kai who fills her in on everything, including Willow begging him to remain one. Despite Trina's terror, Kai maintains he needs to keep an eye on Drew and keep him safe. And in the show's final moments, Brooklyn and Chase head out for a surprise date night. The second they are gone, Tracy disbushes Nate of any impression that Chase listened to him. Willow's manipulative monster. Christina and Jacinda head out. So Sonny summons Justin down to meet him. She informs him the shooting inquiry is dropped. Michael's okay, so he can stop pretending to be interested in her. I'm not pretending. Laura and Ezra leave Willow to ponder things out. He cautions the mayor that she is making everything ours. Inside, Willow informs Drew that her strategy isn't working. But now she has this job, which she is determined is even better than her plan. Dent, meantime, tells Michael that the probe is being dropped, but there is no avenue to cleanse his reputation. He will constantly be under suspicion. And outdoors, Brooklyn and Chase kiss and become all romantic. Then she turns and, oh my god, she gasps. On the next General Hospital, Sonny has an admission to make. We are gazing to Justin. General Hospital spoilers Tuesday, March 3. Sidwell's proposal for Carly. G.I.'s mystery patient. Jason's bad news. G.I.'s spoilers for Tuesday, March 3 state that Jen Sidwell will have an offer for Carly Spencer to ponder as an injured character travels to G.A.'s. And Jason Morgan will also have distressing news to make. So here is what fans may expect. So starters, Portia Robinson will question why Curtis Ashford wants to keep the house all of a sudden considering he was previously in agreement about selling it. However, Curtis has been eavesdropping on Portia's attempt to soothe Trina Robinson about the sale and has had a change of heart. Curtis may claim they are still a family and should have a location that will always feel like home to Trina, even if they are not living together longer. Portia will be affected over whatever Curtis says on Tuesday episode, but she may remind him that he is with Jordan Ashford and wonder if she ought to be happy with moving in there if that day comes. Next, Jordan will proceed on the hospital, where Brit Westbourne will quiz her. Whether Brit's inquiries are about Portia or Jordan's own health, some pregnancy signs should be on the way for Jordan too. GI's watchers will see Jordan take a pregnancy test at some point this week. So Curtis may have another round of unexpected news in his future. As for Harrison Chase and Brooklyn Quatermain, they will understand they just uncovered a wounded body. Brooklyn and Chase will make sure this person is hurried to jail for treatment, but the female mystery patient won't be breathing when she arrives. Will this patient be someone fans recognize, or possibly a day player who is there for a specific purpose? If this woman is substantially pregnant and her kid lives without a mom, then it may open the door to Chase and Brooklyn adopting their first child sooner than intended. Whatever the case, Brooklyn and Chase will wind up alerting Nathan West about their awful findings soon enough. Meanwhile, Jason will have some painful data to disclose to Tracy Quatermain and Alexis Davis. It will pertain to Danny Morgan and will necessitate disciplinary action for as far as Tracy concerned. However, it may not necessarily be Danny who Tracy is upset at. There have been some signs about Danny perhaps having some difficulties at school. Thus, another kid may be targeting him in some way. When Carly makes a return journey to Windermere, Sidwell will have a proposition for her to chew about. Carly will hear Sidwell out and take an opportunity to snoop a little, so that may lead to her uncovering a path to the catacombs. And now Carly may get a chance to overhear a stunner or two while she is there. So stay tuned for all the drama that's building. In the meanwhile, Mercurius will meet up with Lucas Jones in the hospital, where he may reveal he is reached a hurdle when it comes to stealing a vial of Breed's medication. At Charlie's pub, Sonny Corinthos will say he is still interested in pursuing things with Ada Justin Turner, but she will believe they both know it would be a terrible mistake. General Hospital spoilers predict Sonny will disagree and hope that he can win Justin over, so he will put those dimples of his to good use. JC spoilers object plots romantic chows to reunite Nathan and Maxie. GIC spoilers reveal that Liesel Albrecht may decide to let her cunning side come out to play. And Liesel might turn to harsh methods when it comes to forcing Nathan West and Maxie Jones back together. So let's anyways a couple of love blow-ups that may be developing. GI's viewers know Albrecht was truly hoping for Maxie to reconnect with Nathan following her coma walking. Liesel anticipated true love would find its way and literally shoved Damien spinally toward the exit door. Albrecht was hoping Maxie and Nathan might resume up where they left off, but so much has changed for Maxie in the 7 years that he has been gone. Maxie finally forced to let Nathan go as she is developing a new life with Spinelli and wants to keep on to it. Now that Maxie has picked Spinelli, Liesel is going to pitch a tantrum. There is no possibility of Rex just going to take the news that Maxie pushed Nathan aside in favor of her current life partner. Liesel is the sort of woman who isn't afraid to get her hands dirty to obtain what she wants. Albrecht is also the sort of interfering mother who is eager to take control of the situation when it comes to her kids. With all that in mind, Liesel looks set to play matchmaker despite Maxie's decision. As far as Albrecht concerned, Maxie may only need a little assistance recalling her spark with Nathan and recapturing what they have lost. And likewise, Albrecht may attempt to get through to Nathan and encourage him to fight for Maxie. But there might be a significant hurdle standing in the way, since Nathan now has emotions for Lulu Spencer. Liesel may have another incentive to lash out. Once Albrecht finds out about Lulu and Nathan potentially pursuing a romantic future, that will give her even more desire to meddle. You can guarantee Liesel won't appreciate the thought of Lulu being her daughter-in-law one day. Albrecht is a skilled schemer when she is ready to dive into her back for streaks. This may be one of those instances. So, Nathan's bond with Lulu might be interrupted if Liesel has her way. Plus, Albrecht may set the objective of blowing apart Maxie's connection with his family and sending her back into Nathan's arms instead. It appears probable Liesel would do all in her ability to make sure Nathan and Maxie end up together. But will her plan actually work? Maxie and Nathan both appear ready to move on at this point, but things might change depending on where the plot goes from here. And regardless, Albrecht will offer some shockers and shake-ups in the following episode. It seems Liesel may even turn to Brit Westbourne for support, but Brit may have more urgent concern to take care of. GS's pollers predict Albrecht will bring some shocks to Nathan, Lulu, Maxie, and Spinelli. So remain with us. Will GS Drew be a changed man then this is over? Being held prisoner and unable to move to communicate could transfer him. General Hospital Drew is being kept hostage by his wife, and all he can do is blink. Will this time make him recognize the mistake of these ways? And Willow is holding Drew prisoner, and he is unable to move or communicate. Drew has been a bad person for the last few years. Drew used to be a terrific person. He may emerge out of this transformed guy. He is a hard guy to redeem, but it has been done before. Drew has spent the previous few years tormenting everyone in Port Charles save Willow. And he fell in love with her, married her, and defended her in his own shooting. The congressman couldn't have been more incorrect. Willow shot him twice in the back when that didn't kill him. She collaborated with Sidwell to drag him such that he is now unable to move or talk. It appears like he will be trapped, like way for quite some time. Some thought that Drew would realize the folly of his ways after getting shot, but that didn't happen. If anything, it simply made him angrier and meaner. The congressman tried to blame Michael for the shooting, left Ned to die while suffering a heart attack, blackmailed Alexis, and stole from the quiz, among other things. But this time may be different. A new Drew? Drew wasn't always a bad person. In fact, he used to be a pretty terrific man. The Drew of the previous several years was nothing like the man who first came to Port Charles. The significant differences became clear after he went to prison to save Carly. And the key takeaway is that Anthony Gear's spouse, Claudion Gamma, uncovered old Tony singing DVDs and presented a 1983 telethon performance from their house in Amsterdam. And now this footage played that Gary not as Luke but as Tony, loose, melodic and clearly in his element. Finola Haggis and Admire stormed the comments with admiration, calling him so talented and what a performer. And a winter morning in Amsterdam, Gary's husband, Claudia Gamma, said on Instagram, "Good morning to all from a winter Sunday in Amsterdam. The sun is bright and Max and I woke up early. I found several DVDs in a box titled Tony Singing. And this is what I found. Tony always enjoyed singing and did it all the time. Some of my greatest memories include being in the kitchen cooking while listening to Tony, Serenity, Max on the sofa." And Finola Hux chimed in, so good. Others did not hold back. "What a performer," wrote one viewer. Another said he was truly too talented. The comments were filled with harsh music notes and expression of gratitude honored to Gear. Fans hear him again. So, no more today. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update. See you soon again.